Welcome to Wealth Leads. My name is Ben, and if you're new here to the channel, we cover industry-leading best practices and hacks for sales, marketing, and growing your business faster. Let's dive in. In this ever-evolving landscape that is lead generation, one thing remains constant, and that's the power of effective outreach. We studied hundreds of campaigns and businesses to determine what is the number one thing that is driving an increase in conversion rates and open rates and helping people beat their sales targets. And if there's one thing that stood out to us in that analysis is that providing value made all the difference. Email outreach can be super easy when you just use that one strategy. Just think every single time you're doing an outreach, provide value. How can I give this individual value so that they can find success in their role? If you take only one thing away from this guide, let it be this: outreach isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about being the most valuable. You can have the most groundbreaking product or service, but if your outreach strategy is like a desperate Tinder swipe, you're in for a pretty rude awakening out there. So it's time to shift gears and master the art of providing value during outreach to skyrocket those conversion rates. And to help you do that, we put together 7 tips to make sure you're doing everything possible to help you reach your sales targets and increase those conversion rates and those open rates with your outreach. Let's dive in. Tip number 1 is what we'd like to call know thy audience. Before diving into the outreach trenches, make sure you get to know your audience like you know your morning coffee order. Who are they? What keeps them up at night? What are their aspirations? Tailor your outreach to address their specific needs. That is really the golden ticket here. It's like bringing a map to a treasure hunt if you think about it. Like, know where you're going and you're more likely to strike that gold. Tip number 2, you got to speak their language. Have you ever been that person at a party where someone's talking to you about quantum physics and you're kind of just desperately trying to nod along? Don't let your outreach be that awkward conversation. Speak your prospect's language, whether it's industry jargon, current trends, pop culture references. Connecting on a personal level creates a bond that goes beyond a mere transaction. Remember, it's not just about selling a product, it's about selling an experience with you. Tip number 3 is probably the most important one. You need to educate, you need to give, and you need to provide value. Don't sell. Imagine this: you're walking into a car dealership, and before you can even browse, a salesperson comes up to you and is shoving brochures in your face and reciting features like a robot. That's pretty annoying, right? I think we've all been there at some point. The same goes for outreach. Instead of bombarding your prospects with the sales pitch, focus on educating them. Share insights, industry trends, or valuable content that positions you as an expert. When they're ready to buy, they're going to remember who gave them the valuable knowledge. To give you an example of what this looks like, we actually do this at Wealth Leads. We go out and we identify target customers that we want to work with and target partners, and then we do prospecting for them. We actually go out with our research team and identify candidates that we think would be a good fit for their business. And we email them like, hey, Bob, like these are 5 prospects that we did some research on. We think they are prime buyers for your product or your service, and we definitely recommend reaching out. If you need an outreach template, please let us know. We're happy to help with that, and we hope you can get a deal out of one of these. And that kind of value has made a huge difference even in our outreach, just noticing and looking at our data when it comes to open rates and conversion rates for leads. And so providing value and giving as much as possible to target customers that you want to work with makes a huge difference. It really has for us as well. Tip number 4 is to personalize. And when you're done doing all that personalization, personalize just a little more. Cookie cutter outreach emails are about as effective as sending carrier pigeons in the age of the internet. So take the time to personalize your messages. Mention specific details about your prospect's business or interest. Show them that you have done your homework and you're not just mass blasting your pitch to every email address you can find. There's so much outreach that takes place every single day. Our buyers are becoming really savvy. They can tell when you're just doing a mass blast versus a very personal, authentic message. And that leads me to my next tip: be authentic. In a world of polished Instagram feeds and rehearsed elevator pitches, authenticity is the unicorn of outreach. So be genuine. Share your story, your challenges, and your triumphs. People connect with people, not faceless corporations. So let your personality shine through and watch how it transforms your outreach from a transaction to a real relationship. Tip number 6 is something that most teams are really familiar with, and that is to follow up like a pro. The fortune is in the follow-up, people. We all know this. A single outreach attempt rarely seals the deal. Don't be afraid to follow up, but do it really strategically. Provide additional value in every single one of your follow-up messages, whether it's a relevant article, a new industry insight, or an exclusive offer. Remind them why your product or service is the missing puzzle piece in their success story and keep giving them value. You want them to be shocked that you're giving them so much free intel, insight, and information. Like that really makes the difference and helps you stand out in this market. My final tip for you all, tip number 7, embrace the feedback. Your outreach strategy should be a living, breathing entity that adapts and evolves. If a prospect provides feedback, positive or constructive, use it to refine your approach. Too often when we don't hear back from people or when we lose a deal, we don't ask for feedback and how we can improve or make our pitch better. Like those opportunities for feedback make a huge difference. The more you tailor your outreach based on real responses and data, the more likely you are to hit that conversion jackpot. So again, successful outreach isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's about being the most valuable. Take the time to understand your audience, personalize your approach, and provide genuine value. When your outreach becomes a helping hand, instead of just that sales pitch, conversions are going to follow suit, I promise. Get out there and start converting those leads into wealth building partnerships, provide a lot of value, and deals are gonna start flowing through the pipe. Thanks so much for watching this video. We hope you found it very useful. We're producing more content like this all the time to help you grow your business faster. This content is totally free, but it takes a lot of time and energy. That's why we're asking you to help us out and hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Every subscribe and every like keeps us going. We're a young channel, we're just getting started, and we love supporting you all. And every little like and every subscribe really makes the difference for us. So please help us out. We'll have more content for you soon. Thank you again for watching. Cheers.